Hello and welcome back to the Football Rundown. We're here to talk about Stockport County today as we got some news to talk about. A player has been recalled back to his parent club. Stockport County have also recalled a player, and a player may be on his way out of Stockport County. In fact, he is on his way out of Stockport County. The same player that's been recalled by Stockport County is going to be moving on a permanent move, leaving Edgeley Park, and also an update on Odin Bailey. What's going to happen with him? Is he going to sign for Stockport County over the next few weeks? Let's go and find out. First of all, before getting into all that, I just want to talk about the thing that happened with Kyle Noyle. Obviously, yesterday, injured, taken off the pitch by the medics, and it wasn't a good sight. It was a massive stoppage in the game. It was horrible to witness. Just stood there seeing him clearly in pain, clearly struggling. Stockport County said after the game that we can confirm, after being taken to hospital as a precaution, Kyle Noyle is conscious and responding well after receiving treatment for a head injury. Get well soon, Noily. Of course, thoughts are echoed here by me as well, and I'm sure many fans as well, who of course were at the game. It's horrible to see what happened, and hopefully he'll be back. But get better soon as well. And as I say, it wasn't nice to witness. But let's move on from that. Let's talk about what's going on with Stockport County at the moment. There's been a situation with Billy Chadwick, of course, signed for Stockport County in the summer, loaned straight out to Gateshead. And hasn't really been involved much with Stockport County. I think he may have played a game before being loaned out. Well, he's on his way out of Stockport County. Stockport County can say that forward Billy Chadwick has been recalled from his loan spell at Gateshead in order to complete a permanent transfer to National League side York City. So he's a player brought in, not really played any minutes, been loaned straight out to Gateshead, and he's going to complete a permanent move away from Stockport County as he'll sign for York City. The club can also confirm that Alfie Pond has left Stockport County course on loan from Wolves. Here we go. The club can confirm that defender Alfie Pond has returned to parent club Wolverhampton Wanderers. We'd like to thank Alfie for his efforts during his time at the club and wish him well with the next stage of his career. So he's moved on. He's not going to be at Stockport County anymore. His loan's expired. And of course, we spoke about Billy Chadwick. He is no longer a Stockport County player either. So that's sort of cleared the decks a little bit. Obviously, maybe saved a few wages as well. We're sort of waiting to see what's happened in terms of players coming into Stockport County. Of course, we had that story a few days ago talking about a player on loan at Crewe and how he's going to have his loan contract terminated. He's going to be signed for County. Not heard anything on that, so I don't think there's much in that. I said it at the time, it was just a rumour, and it appears to just be a rumour regarding Joe White, and of course Newcastle player. But Alfie Pond hasn't really managed to contribute to Stockport County, I think, as much as County would have liked, as much as Wolves would have liked, as much as Alfie Pond would have liked. So I think it's quite right that he moves on and obviously maybe gets a loan spell somewhere else, because it hasn't really been able to make a mark at Stockport County. Probably the same with Joel Cottrell as well, on loan from Swansea. He hasn't really got going for Stockport County either. Maybe he's a player that may move on and have his loan cut short as well. Of course, on loan from Swansea, and of course Jaden Richardson, another player on loan from Aberdeen till the end of the season. I think he's failed to really set much of an impression on Stockport County fans, so he may be another player that may look to move on or have his loan cut short. I want to get people's thoughts on this. Do you think it's the right move? Is in terms of you're worried about cover in that area of the pitch? Do you think you're happy to see Alfie Pond move on and have his loan cut short? And would you have Joel Cottrell and Jaden Richardson's loan deals cut short as well? I want to get people's thoughts on that, and of course also thoughts on Billy Chadwick. Should we be letting him go on a permanent? I've not really seen him, so his record seemed to be decent in the lower levels, but he seemed to have a string of injury issues. So maybe County have taken a bit of a punt on that and thinking it's better to cut ties with him. But as I say, with Odin Bailey, obviously his loan is up at the moment, and David Chandler was asked after the game against Mansfield yesterday. He said that definitely the last game of Odin Bailey's loan spell today, the deal runs out on the 6th of Jan. We'll see how things transpire. There is definitely there's no definitive news, and any deal obviously requires all three parties to come to an agreement. So as I say, January the 6th is when his loan officially ends, and like he says, all three parties have to come to an agreement. And like I say, I'm pretty sure Odin Bailey can only play for either Stockport or Salford to the end of the season. It remains to be seen whether or not Salford will take him back on for the second half of the season. Of course, there was an issue with Neil Wood, I think, as the manager, and that's why he was shipped out to County on loan in the first place. Now that Neil Wood's gone, that kind of changes the picture a little bit, and it also depends on who comes in for Salford, in terms of that might help convince Bailey to go and play for Salford in the second half of the season. They're not particularly doing that well in League 2 at the moment. I think they're 21st at the moment. They'll look at the performances he's put in at Stockport County in the first half of the season and think, if we can have a player like him performing like that for us, we can go up the table. So if they're happy to bring him back into the fold at Salford, and they can bring a manager or help him get back on board with the project at Salford, we may end up losing that dream of signing him at least till the end of the season with a loan extension. But of course, some county fans want to buy him. Apparently, he's going to be valued at around 200,000. Should he be sold to Stockport County? Some are saying that's too much. Some are saying that it's enough. That he's justified that cost. So I want to get people's thoughts on it. Is 200,000 too much to spend on Odin Bailey? And should we really be looking to get a loan extension to the end of the season? Like I say, this is a deal that does depend on all three parties, and Dave Chandler alluded to that in his comments after the game against Mansfield yesterday. We're in a rush to get this news sorted. We're in a rush to make sure that Odin Bailey's a Stockport County player at least to the end of the season. But let's be honest, Salford are in no rush. January's just opened the transfer window, and they have got more pressing issues to worry about, such as bringing in a new manager. So that may, they're happy to prolong this situation probably to the end of the window. So in terms of Odin Bailey signing for Stockport County or staying at Stockport County to the end of the season, I don't think we're going to hear any news before Walsall, or certainly not any concrete news, certainly no concrete development, because Salford have got to appoint a manager first of all, then they've got to bring a manager in, have the meetings, and then decide if they want to bring him back into the fold at Salford. So in terms of will he be available for Stockport County by Walsall on the 13th? I'm not so sure. I don't think that would be the case. We've got to wait and see what happens. But as I say, he's a player that's really come into the hearts of county fans during the last 4, 5, 6 months. Of course, we want to see a deal done, at least one that keeps him at county to the end of the season, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. It's frustrating because he's been so key to us over the last few weeks, over the last few months, and hopefully we can find that that deal in the middle where everyone's happy with. For me personally, I think a good compromise, maybe a loan extension till the summer, and then sort of reassess the situation in the summer. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. Of course, we want to see him back playing for Stockport County for the second half of the season, but we'll just have to wait on that. I want to get people's thoughts on it. When do you think this deal will happen? If it happens, is it more likely to be a loan extension till the summer, or do you think Stockport County will go in and pay a price tag for him in January? Let me know your thoughts on this deal when it happens, if it happens, and also let me know your thoughts on the players that have, of course, returned to their parent club. Obviously, disappointing result, disappointing performance yesterday. We've got to try and move on from it. We've got a game against Walsall in just under 2 weeks' time, and we have to be up for that at Edgeley Park. So I want to get people's thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and as always, thanks for tuning in.